So this is going to be very short. My final 75 hard update. Spoiler alert, I failed. And I want to tell you why it was really good for me to go back to eating cooked food for a while. So a little bit of backstory. I was 7 days away from finishing 75 hard. And one of the stipulations for 75 hard is to choose a diet and stick with it, no cheat days, etc. So mine was just really honing in on the raw vegan aspect. So no compromise, no rice, no cooked foods, nothing like that. Okay, so I was doing pretty good. As you might have known, I made it to day 17 and had to start over. So this is the second time, almost to the very end. But what happened was I went on a road trip and I was very confident I could do this. I've heard other people do it. No big deal. 2,500 mile road trip. We stayed in 6 different places. There was 10 of us at one point. It was much harder than I anticipated to stay prepared for all those transitions. And as easy as it might sound to have apples and oranges and bananas on hand, one does not always just want more apples, bananas, and oranges. So, needless to say, as I mentioned in my previous video, when we were in Las Vegas, I had nothing to eat, so I had minestrone soup. And that was a choice, and I knew it. I knew I was going to do this, and it was a choice that I made. After that choice, I ended up having roasted cashews, roasted walnuts. By the time I was on the drive home, we were eating Kind bars, trail mix, Smart something, popcorn. I mean, it just kind of went out the window. And that's okay. There's a benefit. I'm so thankful that that happened, and I will tell you why. One of the people commented on my last video that it was really easy for them to eat raw on the Strip of Las Vegas in their hotels. And I just have to say, I need more experience, because that was not the case for me. But I'm so glad that other people are able to just make it happen. I'm not there yet, and that's okay. So I want to tell you the benefit that I received since falling off the raw only 100% wagon. Number one is I had a lot of back pain, like several days of back pain that I haven't had in a long time. Second one is I have swelling in my ankle. It feels like gout or something that I have gotten in the past whenever I've eaten corn and like corn chips and stuff like that. So popcorn is the culprit. So all the salt and the oils, they made me not feel well. They brought back the constipation, the dry skin, the aches, and the pain, and just the stiffness. I thought you said this was good. When does it get good? Okay, I'll tell you the good parts to me going back to eating cooked foods for a while. Number one is that it reminded me why I was doing this in the first place. And it reminded me of how good I feel and when I eat raw fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds. So I think it's kind of good to fall off occasionally to remind you of why you made this decision. I am so grateful. And before, you take it for granted, but when you really feel good and then you don't feel well, it just really motivates you and fills you with joy in your decisions for life. The second thing is that it broke the intensity. Like sometimes you just gotta white knuckle through life. Like, I've got to do this. The truth is you don't have to. You don't have to do anything. And if it robs you of your joy and peace, you might consider not doing it, at least for a season or for a day, and just let yourself relax a little bit. We can't take everything so seriously and stress out about it, as I've mentioned before. And the third thing is that it really showed me my progress and the freedom that now I get to live in. So the intensity, the do it or fail is done. The being flexible with a different environment. I mean, that was lots of transitions. I have traveled before raw, and I've traveled on a juice fast and things like that, but I was only responsible for me and maybe one or two of my other children, but not everybody in everybody else's house. My truck broke down, so I didn't have my own car for a part of it. I mean, there was just so many circumstances, but it showed me that I have freedom. Where I used to be is not where I am now. And where I am now is okay. It's just fine. And where I'm going to be later is going to be great too. Where I used to be was in pain, in food bondage, in anorexia, major food problems, major health problems, thinking problems, confidence problems, and all of those are so much better. So that is my update. I promised you that I would be honest in this channel and I would tell you the real story, because what we don't need is more people being making it sound super easy when it's not, maybe not telling the whole truth, and trying to show that they're perfect and make all of us feel like we need to be perfect too. So here is my update. Epic failure, and I'm so glad it happened, and I'm happy that it happened, and I'm happy to be on the path that I'm on. And I'm happy the last 2 days since being home to be back on the smoothies, the fruit, the salads, the simple foods that make my body heal and thrive in the best way. It's still a journey. I'm still learning. It's been 2+ years. I don't know how these people just get on it and run with it like it's nothing. That's not my story. My story is walking this path by faith, one step at a time, one meal at a time, one day at a time, and feeling much better and better every day. So thank you for being on this journey with me. And I would love to know how you feel. Do you ever struggle with staying raw? What happens when you start eating cooked foods? And are you excited to be on this path? Does it help you when you slip off occasionally? So I really want to share my story of my eating disorder, because I think it's very important to talk about these things, to not hide eating disorders behind restriction and rigid diets and lifestyles. And the raw food diet should not be one where we hide our eating disorders. It should be one of abundance, it should be one of freedom, and it should be one of joy. I am so thankful. You know, when I ate the popcorn and the whatever, had a couple bites of gluten-free pasta, and, you know, and even had some French fries. Yeah, it's what happened. But I didn't feel guilty about it. I didn't have that crushing shame of what I'm eating and stress about my weight. And I would love for everyone to feel that freedom. So I would love to share that story maybe next time. And if you're struggling with that, or if you've ever struggled with that, maybe tune in and see if it resonates with you, and or let me know. And I'd be honored to pray with you about these things, and we can walk through them together, because I'm so grateful. I have total freedom today because of the grace of God. And if God will do it for me, He'll do it for you. So that's my share, my honest sharing experience of my 75 hard failure, my raw food failure, my road trip, my overconfidence and under preparation, and all the things. And I don't mind at all. I feel good about it, and I feel good about the path that I'm on today. So I'll see you next time.